You play to 11. It's made it really exciting. So much so, Eric, that the NBA All-Star Game now uses the Elam ending.
You betcha. Well, Fran and I are not alone. Jen Hale is here as well. Jen, take it away, my friend.
Hi, guys. Well, you've been talking about Eberlein Drive, a veteran team here at TBT. But this year, they have retooled their roster and added some exciting new faces. Names you are going to recognize, like a former Kentucky Wildcat who was a first-round pick in the NBA draft for the Chicago Bulls and played a ton of ball overseas. Marcus Teague, thank you so much for joining me today. Let me ask you, you've done just about everything there is to do in basketball. What made you want to join TBT and Eberlein Drive this year?
It's just a good opportunity, to come out here and play with a lot of guys that I've seen over the years. Archie, my Kentucky guy, Marcus Lee. So it was just a good, fun opportunity. I just want to take advantage of it.
You guys went to Memphis for a bit of a training camp coming into today. You got to get advice and tutelage from Larry Brown and Penny Hardaway. What did you take away from that experience?
Man, that was great. It's always great to get around guys that had that much history with the game. They just telling us to do what we always do. We got a lot of pros. Play together, compete, take our time, and, just do what we do.
A lot of pros, yes, but TBT is different at the end of the game because TBT uses something called an Elam ending. Game clock goes off with 4 minutes left. We add 8 points to the highest score, and it's kind of like playground ball. You play to a target score.
Yeah.
What do you think of that type of ending?
I think it's exciting. It gives everybody a chance at the end. Come down and play strategic, take the right shots. It's just a different look. It's exciting. I think it's fun.
Marcus, welcome to TBT. Thank you for your time and best of luck this evening.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Jen, thank you so much. All right, first of 2 games coming your way this evening from Wichita, Kansas. Let's roll up our sleeves and talk about the starting 5s for each side. Starting lineups are brought to you by Air Force Reserve, and we start with the 16th seed, the NG Saints, Newman Goretti High School in South Philadelphia. And if you look at those 5, Fran, I'm here to tell you, all 5 of those men are alums of Newman Goretti Catholic School.
We've heard of Scoop Jardine and Rick Jackson. They had great careers at Syracuse. Tyreek Duran from LaSalle in Philly. He's one of their all-time greats. Jaquan Newton can put the ball in the basket. And Wally Hepburn's an interesting starter because he started 1 game in his high school career, senior day.
Oh, my goodness. How about that? Here's Eberlein Drive. The heavy favorites. They're the #1 seed here in the Wichita Regional. You already heard about Teague and A.J. Slaughter. Archie Goodwin had some significant time in the NBA. Nick Mayo, you may not have heard of this kid, but he is a real baller, 23-year-old out of Eastern Kentucky. And Jeremy Evans, for fans of slam dunks, you remember him? He won a slam dunk championship in 2012 representing the Utah Jazz. He can fly.
I appreciate you, Doc.
All right, let's get it started. Got a couple of basketball games still this evening in the Wichita Regional. Started play yesterday. 4 teams were eliminated yesterday. 4 teams moving on. Already today, 2 teams eliminated, 2 teams moving on.
I'm coming through. You all right? What up, fellas? Hey, have a good game. Other than that, play ball.
And we are off. Tap is won by Eberlein Drive. If you did not know, Eberlein Drive is actually a street in Fraser, Michigan. Founder of the team, Jacob Hirschman. That's the street that he grew up on. Eberlein Drive.
It's a cul-de-sac, by the way.
Good.
Nice.
Beautiful interior pass. First basket of the game, scored by Jeremy Evans.
Good, simple pick and roll and a good dime. Scoop Jardine, he's in retirement, but he got himself back in shape.
This is Jardine, interior pass. Layup is good. Jardine and Rick Jackson have done that before.
Yes, they have.
And now a steal of the inbound pass. Jardine. Look at this. First Jackson, then Jardine.
We might get Scoop a contract after this tournament. He got him. He said he was in human being shape, but not basketball shape. Took him a month, but he looks good.
Here's Marcus Teague. His older brother, Jeff Teague, got an important game tonight. Marcus gets it up and down. That's a 3-pointer. Teague family well represented. Jeff playing for the Milwaukee Bucks.
They're both on national TV today.
Yep. Left wide open for a reason, apparently, as the shots by Jaquan Newton missed everything. Early, gotta get your legs. Here's Nick Mayo. His first shot swirls around. That's another 3-ball.
Nick is playing in Japan, and I am telling you, this kid can go. He's already got a great deal on the table in Japan. I think that's where he's going to end up. They pay well there. They pay on time. And the league is a good league, getting better all the time. It's important.
Huh?
It's important, Eric, when you get paid on time.
On time is better sometimes than getting...
On time, on target.
Yeah, what they promise is no good unless they give it to you. Goodwin gets inside and missed the left-handed layup. It'll stay with Eberlein Drive. Over the years, Eberlein Drive has had a who's who. Von Wafer, Ronaldo Balkman, Justin Detman, Jerome Randall, Lou Amundsen, James Michael McAdoo, Willie Reed.
James McAdoo's got an NBA championship ring with the Warriors.
Score the goal and a foul. Wally Hepburn, the 31-year-old, chance for a three-point play.
Now I'm going to finish that story earlier. Wally Hepburn started one high school game at Newman Goretti. He played his basketball at Rock Haven State, Division II in Pennsylvania, but he's gone to have a good pro career. But think about that. The only start of his career was on senior day.
Offense hadn't been an issue so far for these clubs. 15 combined points, 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Nice block, taking it away from Teague. Full length pass. Tapped around and it will fall out of bounds, and the ball stays with the NG Saints. Now for Eberlein Drive, calling the shots, Cody Toppert. A lot of these guys, coaching staffs, general manager, have been with Eberlein Drive for a while. Names of the players sometimes change, but the brain trust hasn't.
Well, Cody Toppert's an assistant at Memphis with Penny Hardaway, and he's a guy that coached in the NBA a couple of years ago with the Phoenix Suns. Also has been a head coach in the G League. Good basketball family out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
All right. Up and down. Tyreek Duran, 29-year-old, 4-year starter from LaSalle. And the NG Saints, the 16th seed, leading by a pair. Another turnover. Newton scored a goal.
Now, he might have airballed that first shot, but this kid can get the ball in the basket. The all-time leading scorer in the Philly Catholic League, and he had a really good career for Jim Larranaga at Miami.
All-time leading scorer in the Philadelphia Catholic League. It means something.
Yes, it does.
And that may be double technical. Archie Goodwin, none too pleased, going nose to nose with Scoop Jardine.
One of the things you'll notice about TBT, because these guys play professionally around the world, they usually don't get into these kind of scrapes right here. The officiating in the TBT is often really good, and right here this is just a double technical and it's really silly.
So Scoop Jardine, we mentioned, he hadn't played a lot of basketball as of late. He's going to catch a blow. He sits along with Zane Martin into the game for the first time. DK Rivera, he wears number 44 for the NG Saints.
There you see Archie Goodwin, former NBA player.
Marcus Teague's getting an early blow as well.
I'll tell you, Rick Jackson looks good so far. Blocking a shot, scoring around the basket.
Here's A.J. Slaughter. Devin Robinson, former Washington Wizard from the elbow. One and done. Good start for the Saints. Rebounded the basketball. They lead by 4. And is that going to be a carry on Newton?
Yeah, that's great pressure by L.J. Coward, a kid that he played at Georgetown, Eric, not Georgetown, the Hoyas. Really good program, Georgetown, Kentucky.
Yeah, the Tigers, NAIA school.
High energy kid.
Trevlin Queen, his first shot. And it's going to be a foul called on Newton.
Underneath.
NG Saints.
The next dead ball, Suarez ain't.
Newman Goretti.
Yeah, Petey Taylor over there on the sideline. He's helped ably by his head coach at Newman Goretti. Paul Arica, nice lob.
Marcus Lee, his first bucket. Former high school All-American Marcus Lee, 2013 McDonald's All-American.
He's got 3 former Kentucky Wildcats out here. Marcus finished up at Cal. Ooh.
Spinning along the baseline, that's Jackson with left hand.
How about that? Big Rick Jackson. He's looking good early.
Jackson now 32 years of age, finished up at Syracuse in 2011.
And was he a paint protector?
Here's Robinson, his second shot. This one goes begging as well. Rebounded Newton. 9-minute quarters here in TBT action. So we're halfway through our first quarter. Slaughter pestered at the half-court line. Coward up and in. LJ Coward, his first shot attempt, his second go-around. Playing here in TBT, played for the Peoria All-Stars last summer in the bubble.
He is that typical Energizer bunny off the bench. Nice pass.
Corner 3. Shot missed by Wally Hepburn. And there is our first media timeout. So far, so good for the NG Saints. Their first go-around here in TBT action. They lead the top-seeded Eberlein Drive by a pair.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
Discover News 12 New York.
All smiles for our moodcast. We have warm sunshine all throughout our area.
Where exactly will these cannabis retail establishments be allowed?
This bus allows 6 people at a time to come in and get vaccinated.
The first female coach in the NFL.
It's a new way to see the best of News 12's local channels from all across the tri-state area, all in one place. Now streaming 24/7, however you like to watch. Discover News 12 New York today.
TBT, the basketball tournament, is presented by Puma and by E&J Brandy, the official spirit of the TBT. Welcome back, everyone. Petey Taylor calling the shots for the NG Saints.
He's one of the ancient Newman Goretti guys. He might have actually played when it was St. John Newman. But
merger of two schools.
Yeah, yep.
The official name of Newman Goretti, Saints John Newman and Maria Goretti Catholic High School.
You are on top of it. I think Petey played a little bit overseas, Ireland, I remember.
Yeah. Good job. Ahead of the pack, chance for the run-up, DK Rivera. I'll tell you, I like the spirit of the Saints team.
I think they got enough talent to play at TBT.
Evans, former NBA dunk champ. Where's number 40 in white for Eberlein Drive?
Nice kick out.
Three-pointer, Traveling Queen.
Remember that name. That's a kid that teams have their eye on, NBA teams. Played at New Mexico State. He's a great story. We'll tell it throughout the night.
Into the ball game for the first time for the NG Saints. Man with the ball. That is Manny Suarez. He is the only member for the NG Saints who didn't play high school ball at Newman Goretti. He just liked the cut of his jib.
Yeah, no, he's an emergency pickup. Scooter Gillette should be on this roster. He could not get home from Europe because of obligations playing over there. So Manny was available, and Manny's a nice, look at this, nice kick out to Traveling Queen. Mentioned he played for the Aggies of New Mexico State, all WAC conference. And he has a chance, I believe, to play in the NBA someday. A big guard.
Yeah, Fran, you were talking that NBA scouts like Trevelin Queen. What about number 2 right there? Is something that he does well, that people are like?
6'6", he's got prototypical 2-guard size. He can shoot it. He can play a little point. And he's young. I'm guessing, without looking, he's 24.
I like your guesses. He is 24.
Okay.
Jeremy Evans, another field goal. He's been springy early in the game. And it is a slim 1-point lead now for Eberlein Drive. Suarez calling for it on the block. Big fella fires it back out. Quarter 3. Shot missed by Tyreek Duren. Marcus Teague back into the game. And he's tripped up by Suarez. Marcus Teague comes from good stock. I told you about his older brother. His father played Division I basketball.
Yes, he did. Boston University for a young coach back in the day by the name of Rick Pitino.
Never heard of him.
Yep.
Explain.
Yep. Well, he was Boston University, late 70s, early 80s. You and I know Glenn Consor pretty well, Washington Wizards announcer. And
yes.
Sean was a teammate.
Evans steps out, shoots a 3. Didn't shoot many of those as an NBA player.
And we just saw one. But a good career in the NBA, high energy big. Former Hilltopper, Western Kentucky.
DK Rivera calling out the shots. $1:20 remaining, first quarter. Rivera shot blocked by Trevelin Queen, but the loose ball found and put through by Rivera. A little bit of serendipity. I'm sorry, that was Tyreek Duren. Queen. Robinson. And a blocking foul. And we're going to have free throws.
Well, you'll see some high-flying play from Eberlein Drive. And this kid at the foul line, former Florida Gator. You mentioned the Washington Wizards. Tremendous athlete. Offensive skill level is, to me, when I was watching him through the years, never really caught up to the athleticism. But a terrific kid out of Richmond, Virginia. Been watching him for a long time. G League, essentially since 2017, so he's right there on the cusp.
Now 26 years of age. Yeah, he's one of 3 players for Eberlein Drive right now on the floor with NBA roots. Robinson, a couple of years with the Wizards. Jeremy Evans, 7 years in the NBA, the Jazz, the Mavs, the Hawks, and of course Marcus Teague, first rounder of the Chicago Bulls. Spent time in Brooklyn as well as Memphis along with Chicago. Didn't even mention Archie Goodwin, who's not in the game right now, but he's an NBA player as well.
Yep. And the coaching staff as well. I mentioned Cody Topper, Matt Frazee, formerly with the Houston Rockets organization. Jeremy Wetzel with the Bucks. This is a well-oiled machine.
Suarez got all the way to the 10, missed the layup. Rebounded by Queen. In a hurry, here's Teague. And Teague is fouled. Was he on the way up? Yes, he was. So free throws coming for Marcus Teague.
This guy is a national champion, 2012. Think back to Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Patrick Patterson.
Drafted 29th overall in 2012. Still a pup. When you're a one and done in Kentucky,
you're 19 years old.
You're 19. So he's been out of college basketball for 9 years, and he's still only 28 years of age.
There you go.
1 out of 2 for Teague.
And through the years, Eric, we've seen guys get summer league jobs and G League contracts, overseas deals. People are watching. This is a high level of basketball.
Shot clock's off. NG Saints have to be proud of their first quarter.
In the jumper.
Nope. Duren. Suarez. Not sure that was a pass, but it worked like a pass. Oh, wow. Three-quarter court shot came after the buzzer. Oh, just a whisker too late, so wave it off. But do score the goal for Manny Suarez. He gives the NG Saints, the 16 seed, a 2-point lead as we make it to the end of our first quarter. Can't complain. Good basketball so far on a Saturday night from Wichita. 2018, NG Saints leading Eberlein Drive.
When we step out on the court, we're playing for something more. We're playing for our legacy, for each other, for representation. We're playing for a cure.
And Team Challenge ALS will play for $1 million.
99 Designs by Vistaprint is proud to be the official design partner of TBT and whatever dream you're chasing.
The new Total Support pouch from Hanes can help you achieve balance. Vista mesh panels for perfect separation and support. Secure, separated, supported. Hanes. Find your balance. Vista new Total Support pouch from Hanes.
Two-point game here in Wichita, Kansas. Welcome back to the basketball tournament, everybody. A winner-take-all $1 million summer tournament now in its 8th year. Right now, we are watching the #1 seed Eberlein Drive compete against a high school alumni team, the NG Saints. Now, yes, Eberlein comes in as the #1 seed, but boy, what a journey has it been for them. When they started this 8 years ago, they were dubbed the lost cause of the TBT. In fact, Sports Illustrated did an entire article on how bad they were. But what a perfect example of patience pays off. So, hey, literally that hospital trip that one of their players had to make that first year after his first appearance in TBT, that paid some dividends. Now, guys, look at where they are. They're loving the pressure. They're loving the #1 seed ranking, and they are licking their chops to see how far they can advance this year.
Fantastic stuff, Jen. Yeah, it's amazing how far they've come. Score the basket yet again, an interior bucket. This time it's DK Rivera. It's amazing, almost a comical experience, their first time in this league in 2014 in the tournament. But now everyone wants to play for Eberlein Drive because they run the program so well, and it's always a positive experience with a chance to win $1 million each and every year.
They went from like an expansion team, almost a joke, to where they are now, who they are with 3 NBA players, former NBA players. And see Nick Mayo was playing at a high level in Europe. It's a great story. Fraser, Michigan is about 8 miles from downtown Detroit. So kudos to Jacob.
Oh! Nick Mayo just takes it away from Scoop Jardine. Youth being served right there. The 23-year-old blocks the shot of the 31-year-old.
Take a look here. One of the outstanding players to ever play in the Ohio Valley Conference at Eastern Kentucky. He was a colonel. Crazy, he's like one of the 150 all-time leading scorers in the history of the NCAA. Really? And that's a lot of players.
Yes. A.J. Slaughter in a hurry. Lost the ball.
Too much a hurry.
Saints the lead in the ball, up by 4. Jardine hits the deck. Numbers right now for Eberlein Drive. Here's Mayo. And I thought there was going to be a play on. Body's flying. It is a block. Called the foul on Manny Suarez. And Mayo will go to the strike.
I mentioned this to you yesterday, Eric. I like the idea that the refs are a half set. Take a look right now. They don't want to call everything. Obviously, you call that, but they'll wait to make sure it's not a play on or there's a score with the contact.
You know, why do you like that?
Because you know what, it's guys in foul trouble here in the middle of the summer, just on ticky-tack calls. So they know, and good officials will do this. They'll give it a half beat late. The fans will go nuts. Oh, it's a late call. No, get the call right. We're okay with it. I felt that way as a coach. I feel that way over here now.
Rick Jackson comes back in the ball game for the NG Saints. Mayo 1 for 2.
Scoop looks good, doesn't he?
He does. Jardine lost it. Mayo took it away from him. Again, Eberlein Drive on the run out. This is Goodwin, who has his pocket picked. It'll stay with Eberlein Drive.
Slick hands right there by Zane Martin. Former Towson star. Take a look right here. Arch thinks he's got a layup, and Zane, who has just signed a deal in Sweden, will be heading over there this season. Good hustle.
Here's Teague. Long three. Slaughter has it lip out. Jaquan Newton back into the game for the NG Saints. That's a lefty three by Zane Martin.
He's a crazy story. He went to Towson first, transferred to New Mexico for a year, and then transferred back to Towson.
Back to Towson?
Back to Towson.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Well, I know it. His coach, Pat Scarry, welcomed him back. The kid was contrite. Sorry I left, coach. I want to come back and
now he's got
finish my career.
Buckets.
Yeah, he's a bucket getter.
Last 5 points scored in the ball game by Zane Martin.
Yep.
Biggest lead of the game for the Saints, up by 8. They lead by 8 with the basketball. Rebound by Earl Pettis.
This is a high school alumni team that's giving the #1 seed trouble right now.
A little bit too much there for Zane Martin.
A #1 seed with 4 NBA players.
Here's one of them. Archie Goodwin gets the screen. Marcus Lee. Mayo. And a foul called on Marcus Lee, trying to get position on Newton.
Take a look, Zane Martin. Gotta like his, he's more of a defender and a shot creator, but right here, the little lefty pull up in the lane. And another one of those guys that, as you see, B.D. Taylor right there, he's happy with this start. One of those guys, Zane Martin's gonna go overseas and play a little basketball for money. Trying to move up the ladder. Kudos to him. He's right out of college this year.
A couple of subs for the NG Saints. Wally Hepburn, Troy Harper back into the game. This is Hepburn. Straight on look. For Eberlein drive, Jeremy Evans back in. He had a nice first quarter.
Nick Mayo reminds me of Kelly Olynyk a little bit.
With the headband.
Yeah.
There's the bucket that Eberlein drive needed. It's a line drive three by Goodwin. In the corner. That one actually glanced off the backboard. Harper can't find it. T going one-on-one. Tough chance. That's an NBA shot.
That's a tough shot right there. Nice fadeaway, nice hard. That's one of those, no, good shot.
So back to a one-possession game. Last 5 points being scored by Eberlein drive. Newton, the pull-up. Slaughter. 5 minutes remaining in our first half. Newton picks up the loose ball. And Newton is fouled from behind by Jeremy Evans. I think they're getting free throws. Yep, a couple of free throws coming. Jaquan Newton, 25 years of age, was a solid college player down in Miami.
Yes, he was. A tradition of great guards down there. Shane Larkin and Lonnie Walker. You mentioned Lonnie already.
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Well, here's a look at how the NG Saints plan to share their $1 million prize sent with Zell. Oof. A lot of sixes.
Sharing the well.
Sharing
the well. Yep. Equal opportunity.
Everyone's getting the same amount of dough. The players, the coaches. I think we've seen that almost as a rule so far whenever we've taken a look at how everyone's planning to split up the money.
Yep.
Five-point game. Queen, a little bit too strong. Picked up by Evans. Second opportunity for Eberlein drive. Trying to make their move here after a sluggish start. Another offensive rebound, Evans. And Goodwin is fouled.
When you look at, I almost said Newman Goretti, but when you look at the NG Saints, the one thing you notice is, other than Rick Jackson, this is a perimeter-oriented group, and Eberlein drive could put some length out there on the floor, including Jeremy Evans.
Goodwin hits the first, he'll have another. Goodwin looks the part. You're thinking about an NBA player, 6'5", 210. You'll take that.
Yes, you will. Out of the state of Arkansas, played his high school basketball.
Couple of soft free throws for Archie Goodwin.
Miami! 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 Hey, Jeremy, get the
Duran running the point right now with Jardine on the bench.
Play ball, baby! Watch it back!
Jackson, the dump down. Wonderful team defense played by Eberlein drive, but Queen was on the end line.
Hey, TQ, you gotta watch the back, right?
Don't get too much lip from these guys. I mentioned earlier, these are always good officiating crews. You see Trevor and Queen take a look right here. And the official didn't think he got both feet back in.
Jackson, a wild left-handed hook, and the ball goes back to Eberlein drive. One possession game. Eberlein drive down 3. The number 1 seed trailing the 16 seed. Queen misses inside of the left hand. NG Saints haven't had a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Newton had it blocked away by Evans. And Evans the one-handed rebound.
Nice. Oh, he fell down.
Goodwin slipped on his way up. Eberlein drive, fortunate to keep it. Blocked away by Jackson. Goodwin. Evans. He has been the best player on the floor for Eberlein drive.
High energy, not running any plays for Jeremy Evans. That's how you stay in the NBA 7 seasons. Big kid, great motor. Western Kentucky Hillcopters are well represented today. A.J. Slaughter, and then you remember Jeremy Evans from that NBA dunk contest in 2012 on display.
It takes a lot to get here. This moment started here with a shared dream because we shot our shot again and again. We ran every play in the book too many times to count. We got here because we were a team, and that's why when we celebrate together with E&J Brandy. Watch the TBT Hustle series sponsored by E&J Brandy now.
We're the strong mind. We're coming up with a good plan. You know what you are? See, but you the strawberries, you the eye candy. That's a compliment, man.
Right.
Red, white, and blue slush float.
I've never met someone who refuses to take a compliment like that.
You know, it was interesting. I equated the prior game where West Virginia was down or up by 9 as we ended all limit.
That was just a moment ago in the West Virginia Regional. We now have 2 regionals underway. We started here in Wichita yesterday. Folks, there are 4 regionals, 2 this week, Wichita, West Virginia, 2 next week, Columbus, Ohio, Peoria, Illinois. Each site going to send 2 teams to Dayton for TBT Championship Week that starts July 31st.
Yep, and you're a Chicago guy. That was Walt Lemon Jr. with the game winner, the former Bradley Brave, who's had a cup of coffee hanging around the NBA G League. Good player.
Walt Lemon, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he couple cups of coffee in the NBA.
Yep, a little cream and sugar too.
Here's Rick Jackson, big fella, former Syracuse Orange. Working against Devin Robinson. Robinson hits the deck, no whistle, score the goal.
Grady Dale said, play on, my friend, this is TBT.
It's like oxygen.
Yep.
NG Saints needed a bucket
Yes,
bad.
they did.
Nick Mayo back into the ball game for Eberlein drive. Here's Mayo with the basketball. Look at Queen. Man, is he bouncy. The athleticism of traveling Queen to get the offensive rebound, keep possession, and draw contact.
He came out of nowhere that time. By the way, as a player, he came out of nowhere. This kid went to 3 junior colleges, And one of those colleges in Northern California, you ready for this? He was homeless. They kicked the team out of an apartment. He was homeless. Ended up, all things have worked out. Terrific at New Mexico State. He's going to play basketball professionally for a while.
Here's Jackson, the veteran, working on Robinson. Misses this time. Robinson clears.
Notice how Robinson backed off Jackson. He didn't want any contact right there. Jackson couldn't feel him, so didn't have the same leverage he did. That's a basket.
Queen, nice find by Robinson.
This kid's going to grow on you by the end of the tournament. Not that he hasn't grown on you already, but you're going to like this guy. I watched him a lot last year as he was preparing for the NBA draft. Cody Toppert said he's a wonderful kid as well.
Tyreek Durant working off that screen from Jackson. Hepburn's on him like glue. Shot clock is down to 4. Don't say that very often. Newton. That was blocked away by Queen. Wonderful team defense by Eberlein drive. And a travel as Goodwin had a hard time corralling that pass.
And let's watch this right here. Little pass inside. Robinson outside. Queen inside.
Final 1:15 of our first half. NG Saints, they've led by as many as 8. Big problem for Eberlein drive has been the turnover.
Oh, that should be goaltending.
It is. Goaltending call on Trevelin Queen. Give the 2 to Rick Jackson.
Wes Ford had a good eye on that from across the way, and an easy call. Good effort by Trevelin Queen, but Rick Jackson is a handful.
So we've got a timeout, 63 ticks remaining in our first half. Back to
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
I'm going to tell you a secret since we're in the car alone. I have been to Sonic in my pajamas. Have you?
Same.
Oh, thank God. I knew, of course. That's why we're
Probably
friends.
without a bra on.
Oh, definitely without a bra on. Yeah. Sonic Crave Cheeseburger. I never wear a bra when I drop the kids off at school.
.03 remaining here in our first half. NG Saints a slim 1-point lead over Eberlein drive. Just a moment ago, 2 points scored by the NG Saints on the goaltend called by that man, Trevelin Queen. And I know there's probably someone out there in Chilliwack or Chillicothe saying, I thought such a thing as gold in the TBT.
Right.
Well, that's a slight difference. You're allowed to touch the ball when it is on the rim or in the cylinder. You can't hit the ball when it's on its downward arc, though.
Just like FIBA. Yep, and that's one of the couple of FIBA rules that have been adopted here in this TBT.
We're going to welcome in the good people from West Virginia watching us right now.
I need a pepperoni roll if we're in West Virginia.
Queen, he's been a big story. This kid's a stud. Three-pointer, and Eberlein brought back on top by a deuce.
We're going to make him a little money this tournament if they keep winning.
24-year-old's got a bright future. NG Saints can't answer. Now the shot clock's off. Eberlein drive, they'll hold for the final shot of the half. The number 1 seed, their feet to the fire by the 16-seeded NG Saints.
Let's see how they load up that defense on Archie Goodwin. Obviously, Cody Toppert is going to hold for the last one. Let's see how they get those jerseys in the lane.
Goodwin looking for help. This is A.J. Slaughter. Gonna have to do something. Robinson, and the shot goes begging. Opportunity for Eberlein drive. They can't cash in. It's kind of been the story of the first half for the number 1 seed, Eberlein drive. Obviously so much talent, but they haven't put it all together so far here through the first 2 quarters, Fran.
But I'm impressed.
Kansas, one of the 4 regionals. We got started yesterday. After today, we'll have completed our first round. it's all said and done, 2 teams here from the Wichita Regional will advance to the TBT Championship Week in Dayton that starts in about a week and a half.
This should be fun. Eberlein Drive, a favorite to get to Dayton, but right now being extended by the 16th seed.
With Fran Fraschilla and Jen Hale, I'm Eric Collins. Glad you could join us. We still got another one after this ball game. Goodwin, Evans, Slaughter, Teague, and Mayo, the 5 on the floor for Eberlein Drive. This is the former first rounder, Marcus Teague, finds Slaughter in the corner. Everything but down.
Oh, they ran a great little set play coming out. They call it a hammer play on the weak side, but AJ's been a little cold. He can score the ball.
Scoop Jardine back in running the point. This is Jardine. NG Saints only 2 3-pointers made in the first half. Rick Jackson cleans up the mess.
From Jardine, which as we pointed out in the first half, has happened a couple thousand times in high school and in college. Former Syracuse Stars.
Rick Jackson now the first man on either side in double figures. He's got 10 points.
You know what I like about Rick? He's got 3 blocks too.
Still active, 32 years of age.
Yep.
Up and through, nice. Bucket, Wally Hepburn. Hepburn last playing professionally 4 years ago in El Salvador.
I like it.
You've never seen a game in El Salvador, have you?
That's one of the few places I have not been. It's on the bucket list.
For you and you only. I love it.
Costa Rica, now that's a place people go to. Beautiful place down there.
I think one of the things that makes these athletes so great is how quickly they can pop their contact lenses back in. That's elite athletic ability. Goodwin just readjusted the contact and obviously did it to perfection. Score the goal and a foul.
Rick Jackson's looking for the offensive foul, but not a TBT. This is good, solid contact. Let's watch Archie. Rick, I think that's just good basketball, man. Come on, Rick. You've been hit harder than that.
Old-fashioned 3-point play for Archie Goodwin. First rounder out of Kentucky, 29th pick in 2013. It's actually interesting to note, on the floor right now for Eberlein Drive, you've got 29 overall picks in consecutive drafts. Marcus Teague was taken 29th overall in 2012. The following year, Archie Goodwin was taken 29th overall.
I think it speaks to the talent in this tournament.
Jeremy Evans. He was a second rounder in 2010. Doesn't make a lot of threes, but it's going to only hit the important ones, apparently. Lead is back up to 2 for Eberlein Drive. Newton,
nice.
Good swim move and a foul. You got to get rewarded with a move like that.
Absolutely. Great step through, Euro step, swim move. And that's another example if the official wanted to see if the ball was going to go in. Take a look right here. Great step by, really nicely done. And then
all right, Fran, you're the expert on all these things. Who would you credit as being the founder of the Euro move?
Elgin Baylor.
Ooh, wow, go back deep.
Elgin Baylor, yep.
Jaquan Newton winning share will be sent with Zell. A bunch of 6s are going to be deposited into his bank account. It's a large sum for winning 6 consecutive games. $66,666.
Very few things we see in basketball haven't been done before. And Elgin Baylor was making that Euro move back in the day, probably late 50s or early 60s.
A.J. Slaughter. I thought you were going to go through this Marcellonis.
I'm just keeping it real, Eric.
Okay, all right. Almost making it off the backboard was Hepburn.
You know I love those Euro guys, but I'm keeping it real. Elgin Baylor.
Lucas Marcellonis had a nice one back in the early 90s.
Oh, plus he's a tank.
Teague, and a foul got hit on the elbow on the way up.
He drew that foul like an NBA veteran right there. Come on, Scoop. You're usually in that 2-3 zone.
So Teague goes to the free throw line. Wonder if he petitioned the good people here at TBT to get this early game so he can go back home to the hotel room and watch his older brother Jeff play for the Bucks.
Exactly. Game 5 tonight. Bucks Suns.
check in with Jen Hale. I think she's got more on Scoop Jardine. What's going on, Jen?
Yes, indeed, guys. This guy is so much fun. He has a personality as big as his size on the court. And the reason he is playing for the NG Saints today is because how committed and how much he loves his high school. He credits it for changing his life. He grew up as an inner city kid, said he never wore a suit, never had an opportunity to be exposed to the experiences that Newman Goretti exposed him to, and he credits that for helping him get to Syracuse, earn 2 degrees during his time as an Orangeman, by the way, and then have success overseas. And he puts his money where his mouth is. Eric Devendorf actually invited him to play with the Syracuse alum team this year, and he said, nah, I'm going to hang with my high school guys. That's okay.
I like it. I like it. He was a great leader at Syracuse. They had some great teams with Devendorf and some. I was doing the Big East back then. It was so much fun. It was great to reconnect with these guys today. Getting a wave and a hug. But a great leader for Jim Boeheim.
Marcus Teague gets it to fall. Beautiful move by Teague.
That was a little off foot, wrong foot layup right there.
Manny Suarez now into the ball game for the NG Saints. He wears number 32. One-handed rebound by Marcus Lee. Lead is 6 for Eberlein Drive. Largest lead in the ball game. Make it 8. A.J. Slaughter.
A.J. starting to heat up. He can put the ball in the basket.
Jardine had it blocked. Teague took it away. Here comes Slaughter. Teague, that's a big one. And an opportunity to get to double figures goes by the wayside.
A.J. Slaughter is looking to advance in this tournament. He may see a former teammate of his from Asvel in the French League. They were champions together, a guy named David Whitey.
Oh my goodness.
You know David Whitey being a Cleveland guy.
He played more games at Ohio State than I think anyone else. He's a former Cleveland St. Joe kid.
That's exactly right. These guys teamed up for Tony Parker's throw team.
Same high school as Elvis Gerbach.
Oh, wait a minute. Same high school as Clark Kellogg.
Oh,
what are we talking? And Mike Golick and Bob Golick.
There are people in Ohio who think that Clark Kellogg was a better high school player than LeBron James.
Hey, I'm one of those
people. I may be one of them.
I am one of those people. No offense, LeBron. You were amazing, but Clark was hurt in the NBA, and you never saw the greatness of Clark Kellogg.
Yeah, a lot of generations nowadays just think he's a microphone holder.
No
but
doubt.
He was grade A beef.
Well, he was LeBron before LeBron. Let's put it that way.
Zane Martin the misfire, and it stays with the NG Saints. They need a bucket. They're reeling right now. Tip of the cap to the NG Saints for what they did in the first half, leading by 8 at one point. They're in a funk.
Well,
4:39 remaining third quarter.
And you could tell this Eberlein Drive team's got some depth. They've got some offensive ability.
NG Saints that missed their last 5 shots. DK Rivera with a touch.
This would be a good G League team.
Wow.
Seriously. And that's what we've seen in TBT through the years.
Manny Suarez. NG Saints that missed their last 5 shots before the big man switches a 3.
Manny finished his career at Creighton for Greg McDermott. He's currently on the Chilean national team.
Mayo somehow got it over to Lee, and a foul. It's called on the pass. It's called on Suarez.
Let's watch this kick out right here. Manny Suarez also played at Fordham University. Played at Bayonne Marist High School. Used to be a powerhouse back when I was coaching and recruiting.
The Bayonne Bleeder. That's Chuck Whitmer or something like that.
Yes. And the way Manny Suarez set some screens, I think that guy that's bleeding is going to be the other guy.
7-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Zane Martin.
Nice.
He's been nice off the bench.
Yes, he has. He's going to start that pro career first year in Sweden this year.
3.5 remaining third quarter. Once we get to the fourth, we will finish this game off with the Elam ending. Traveling Queen. Royal performance for this kid. If you didn't hear of him before this tournament, he is exploding onto the scene right now.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching for Traveling Queen. the Aggies. He's from Las Cruces. Well, that's where he went to college. He can go, folks. Keep an eye on him.
It's time to get going. It's time to get Dunkin' iced coffee, brewed to make your day. Because it's time to get you running. We didn't mean like running. It's time to get back out there with a medium iced sunrise batch coffee for $2. America runs on Dunkin'.
Oh, I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico.
Herb Williams. This year's tournament includes new teams and new looks. Here's a deeper look at all the team logos, courtesy of 99 Designs by Vistaprint. Fran Fraschilla, what do you like?
Oh, I like that lower right corner, Ohio 1804. That's the Ohio University alumni team. Clark Kellogg's son is on that team, by the way.
Right?
Nick.
Okay, that was Brian too, yeah.
Yep, shooter, and yeah, I spent 6 years in Athens, Ohio. Met my wife there, hung out on Court Street a few times. Halloween, did you ever come down for Halloween?
Never.
Come on, man. That's
Cleveland, Ohio, and Athens, Ohio. There's no close.
I used to make that 4-hour drive, man.
Different world. All right, Trevelyan Queen hits the free throw, makes it an old-fashioned three-point play and an 8-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Suarez moves inside.
That's a block.
Wild shot, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Yep, that's a pretty move by Manny Suarez. He's really active. They're in a 5-out set, which you see a lot now in the NBA and international basketball. Manny's done a really good job of driving it from the top. Watch this. Now, he doesn't look as mobile as you think, but you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Nikola Jokic a little bit right there.
Really sweet.
Oh, man.
27-year-old Manny Suarez.
Yep. I bet Manny Suarez has never been compared to Nikola Jokic before.
Left-handed version.
That left-handed version, yep. Don't sleep on Manny.
He is the only player on this year's team, the NG Saints, who is not an alum of Newman Goretti High School.
And there was a reason for that, because I mentioned earlier, Scooter Gillette, former Newman Goretti star, is still in Europe.
And a jump ball. There's thoughts that maybe there would be a tie-up, or maybe there would be a timeout, but it wasn't given to L.J. Coward. So the alternate possession arrow gives the basketball over to the NG Saints.
Little harassment right there by Tyreek Duren, one of the all-time great LaSalle explorers. Not quite where my buddy Tim Legler ended up, but
Tom Gola.
Tom Gola, absolutely. But he was good enough to take the Explorers to the Sweet 16. Tyreek Duren. For Dr. John Giannini.
DK Rivera. Under 3 minutes to play. Lefty three grazes the front of the iron. Offensive rebound, Zane Martin. Extra possession for the NG Saints. Newton back of the iron. Cleared by Marcus Lee. Here's Queen.
Nice.
Bounce pass. Robinson.
Yep. We told you he could do a little bit of everything, Trevelyan Queen. Got a chance right there to see that dime dropped on the baseline. You're going to be calling your NBA buddies.
Both Rick Jackson, Scoop Jardine sitting right now for the NG Saints. Trying to find some offense from other spots. Shot is missed by Martin. Quickly the other way. Eberlein drive. Slaughter.
Use it. Good, you got a flash.
Deep three. Duren. Newton open in the corner. And in too much of a hurry.
See that a lot from college guys. Not so much with pro guys. They get their feet educated down in that corner. But Jaquan was not really a great three-point shooter in high school or college. He was more of an attack-the-basket guy. But he does put points on the board.
Jeremy Evans comes back into the game. 9 points for Evans. Another point, and he will be the fourth player on Eberlein Drive in double figures. Coward. Robinson, the step threw it to himself off the backboard and is fouled. He had no thought of actually putting that in the cup. He was just trying to pass it to himself off the backboard.
Question is, was he shooting it? I think no, right? Is that a shot?
It wasn't a shot.
No.
I'll tell you what, that's wonderful officiating.
It's a good
They
crew.
interpreted intent.
Yep.
Even though he threw it up on the backboard, that wasn't a shot attempt. So I'm going to take it back. They are going to give him free throws.
Wow.
Well, that's the 15th foul
That's
on
right.
Newman Grady. So it's the bonus.
It's the bonus. 2 free throws. FIBA rule. 2 shots.
Five points for Robinson. 2 years of the Washington Wizards, still a bright future. 26 years of age. Spent last year in the G League.
He's been about a 16-7 guy in the G League the last couple of years. Oh, look at Jeremy Evans, active on the ball. One-man press.
Robinson back to Evans. And it's blocked out of bounds with a foul. So more free throws coming for Eberlein Drive.
One thing that's impressed me with Eberlein Drive today, Eric, is they got great depth. I mean, they're going 9 deep today, and every guy that's on the court can play. You look at that bench right now. You got Slaughter over there, and Archie Goodwin, Nick Mayonnaise.
Jeremy Evans, 7 years in the NBA. This is now his 3rd trip to the TBT. 2017, he played for the Kentucky Kings. He played for Eberlein Drive in 2018. So it's his 2nd time with Eberlein Drive. Let's check in with Jen Hale.
Well, guys, we're talking about Eberlein Drive and how cohesive they have been so far this game. #1 seed, of course, a ton of experience coming in. They went and had a training camp down in Memphis with Penny Hardaway and Larry Brown to prepare for this. And so many different players and coaches have told me how important it was. Talking with Coach Cody Topper, he said, you know, those 2 legends just encourage them, #1, to play their game, but #2, to remember there are a lot of scouts watching TBT, evaluating their performance right now, both internationally and at the NBA level. And Fran, I know after last night's call, you actually had a lot of text and calls yourself from recruiters, from scouts, wanting to know what you saw out of these TBT guys.
Yep. And a couple agents called me as well, thanking me for the kind words. We got a couple guys raises last night, contracts. Eric Demers for sure. The young man from Gordon College in Boston was terrific. 25 points for the We Are D3 team.
Just curious, Fran, and you obviously head coach a number of different stops for many years. Realistically, working for a week, Larry Brown, Penny Hardaway, how much of an influence can you have on these guys at this stage in their career?
As much mentally, because when you get a call, when you get somebody like Penny Hardaway telling you what to do to become a better player, it makes a difference. And Larry Brown, if you've been around Larry, he is a nonstop basketball player. I got a chance to be around Larry a lot when he was at SMU because I lived about a mile from campus, and he's a Hall of Famer for a reason. The only player, as you know, to ever, only coach to win a national championship and an NBA title.
At 8, we got 8.
Shot clock's off. 3rd quarter has been dominated by Eberlein Drive. They lead by 10. Teague's got it up high. Still time on the clock. Better put it up there. They'll count it to go. And a little bit too strong. And that is all she wrote for quarter number 3. Eberlein Drive flexing their muscle in the 3rd quarter. What had been a 2-point halftime lead is now a 10-point lead heading into the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter and the Elam ending coming up.
A chicken sandwich that hits different. Breaded by hand for a crunchy, juicy bite. And it's Burger King. Yeah, our hand breading is as good as our flame grilling. The hand breaded your king. In classic or spicy. Your way, way better.
basketball tournament is presented by Puma and by Air Force Reserve. Explore your opportunities with Air Force Reserve. Let's take a look at our hustle play brought to you by E&J Brandy.
I would say this Eberlein drive team, everybody was hustling on this play. Rebound, outlet, Trevelyan Queen hooking up with Devin Robinson. Nice pass on the baseline, and what was a 2-point lead at the half for the number 1 seed has been stretched to 10. And Cody Toppert's got to like, Eric, the depth that this team has.
Yeah, Cody Toppert has been able to play 9 different players through the first 3 quarters. All 9 players have scored. 4 are currently in double figures.
I'll give you like five blocks. I'm going to give you every time.
Goodwin, Teague, Mayo, Slaughter, and Queen, the 5 on the floor. Be sure to visit E&J's website to watch the Hustle Series featuring TBT teams and players.
They run some good sets at a time. It's a nice pass.
Rivera with left hand. Won the sprint down the floor.
Yeah, terrific find by Tyree Durham. One of only 3 players in the history of the Big 5 to go 1,500 points, 500 assists, and 200 steals.
Goodman had his legs taken out, but we play on.
Yep.
Numbers right now for the NG Saints. Trying to capitalize. Rivera, nope, but he was fouled. So DK Rivera, a layup a moment ago, now will go to the free throw line.
One of the things we've seen in the first couple of days here is those 3-point shooters kicking those legs out, and the officials not being baited by it. That's what I think happened on the other end right there.
DK Rivera's winning share will be sent with Zell. Should the NG Saints win it all, just like everyone else associated with the team, Rivera gets $66,666.
Zell does a great job, literally seconds after the championship game, of depositing that money right in those bank accounts.
Marcus Teague, 16-footer. Get out of Pike High School, Indianapolis. Chris Thomas went there, former Notre Dame All-American about 20 years ago.
In fact, we have another Notre Damer in this building today. Our partner, Jordan Cornette.
He went to Pike?
No, he went to Notre Dame with Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've got a foul on the rebound called against the NG Saints. They don't agree clearly.
Down low.
Once we get underneath the 4-minute mark, whenever there's a stoppage, that's when the game clock ends. Let's check in with Jen Hale.
Larry, you made the astute point earlier that turnovers really hurt Eberlein Drive in that first half. They were racking them up, and the NG Saints were capitalizing. That is one of the biggest differences here in the second half for Eberlein Drive. They had 11 turnovers in the first half. So far, just 2 in this second half. NG Saints did, by the way, capitalize on both of them. But that was a major point of emphasis for Cody Toppert to this team at halftime. And obviously, Eberlein Drive heeded his words, put them to good use. They've been here so many times before. It's a strategy. They want to keep pace all game long. And then at the very end, right now where we're at, they want to run up the score to get ready for that Elam ending.
Oh, I agree, Jen. When they don't turn the ball over, they've got a lot of offensive firepower, and it goes from 1 to 9, as you mentioned, Eric.
Suarez. Slaughter like he shot out of a cannon. Mayo. Boom! Nick Mayo, one of the best to ever come out of the state of Maine. He's been an eyeful. Nice performance by Mayo, and all of a sudden the lead is 14 for Eberlein Drive. The number 1 seed, feeling real good about their chances.
Think Thinking I can make as many songs. Got a lady when I haven't met her, but she on me heavy on my cerebellum. Thinking too hard, thinking too hard. But I really wanna live. I can make as many songs. Got a lady when I haven't met her, but she on me heavy on my cerebellum.
I've travelled all over, telling folks they could save by bundling home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact. We just had a moment.
Geico.
$14-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Like so many players in TBT. Really interesting backstory for the guy with the white headband right there. Right in the middle of your screen, A.J. Slaughter.
A.J. Slaughter, former Western Kentucky Hilltopper, really good player for Darren Horn. He's a very well-known player in Europe, and he plays for the Polish national team. Now, FIBA rules allow you to naturalize one non-citizen every tournament. Now, he's now a citizen of Poland, but I don't think he eats kielbasa.
Why not?
He probably does now, but the last couple of years he has been part of Mike Taylor's Polish national team. And he just got done with the European qualifiers a couple weeks ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
All right, Scoop Jardine back into the ball game. The graybeard gets it to fall.
Seen that before. Scoop Jardine coming out of retirement to play for his high school alumni team. Oh, good hands.
Goodwin had it raked away. It does stay, though, with Eberlein Drive. 6:15 remaining. Once we get under the 4-minute mark, everything stops. We'll have the Elam ending. 8 points will be added to the leading team's score, and that'll be the target score for both teams. Every game here in this tournament ends with an Elam ending. That means that every game ends with a game-winning shot. Not with a buzzer or a horn, it's a game-winning shot, and one team is smiling.
Absolutely. It's the beauty of TBT, the Elam ending. Nick Elam came up with that idea, professor, and it's caught on.
Zane Martin, he's showing off that good body. Been able to get in the paint at will, and now we'll have a couple of free throws.
In our next game, we're going to see Team Enchantment, the Enchantment, the New Mexico alumni. This guy could have played for them, Zane Martin, who spent a year in Albuquerque after transferring from Towson to New Mexico and then back to Towson. Yeah. So he'll know some guys. Playing in the next game, he'll be slapping 5 in the hallway.
One out of 2 for Martin. 11-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Eberlein Drive didn't compete in last year's TBT bubble. They were going to, but had to withdraw at the last moment. Teague slides inside and makes a layup.
Sweet move, very patient.
Martin in a hurry, ran into Mayo, and a whistle stops play. Foul called on Mayo, who can't believe it. Zane Martin sometimes plays like a bull in a china shop. He says, I dare you to stop me. And it's working in his favor. He's going back to the line.
Who's he think he is, Marvell Harris? Who had a terrific game last night for Challenge ALS, former Fresno State star. I think I called him Amtrak because he looked like a Amtrak crew. He was on the San Diego to LA route last night. And he knows, this guy Martin knows a little bit about Amtrak, 30th Street Station in Philly, right next to the Palestra.
This is a pair.
Tickler B will get some Philly geography.
I guess so.
Get you a pretzel with mustard.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yep.
I'm not settling for a cheesesteak. I want the pretzel too. I'll even take some cream cheese while you're in Philadelphia.
You got it.
And a reach-in foul.
Two.
Foul called on Zane Martin. And Teague will go to the line.
guy was a 2011 McDonald's All-American.
Makes both freebies. 15-point lead, largest lead of the ball game. Nail, great job of not only blocking it, but keeping it in play. Slaughter crawls it over the front of the iron.
AJ started slow, but heating up, and you can see he has a knack for getting that ball into the basket.
Now less than a minute remaining for the NG Saints to get some points on the board before the Elam ending. Offensive rebound, Rivera missed the layup, rebounded by Goodwin. And it doesn't look like Eberlein Drive is in a hurry. Playing keep away, Slaughter a deep three, and he swishes it. This is what a #1 seed looks like.
Yes, yep, absolutely. They're heating up. The chemistry and cohesion is growing. After that training camp in Memphis with Penny Hardaway and Larry Brown, and you can tell it's almost like innings are gas and time.
As a team, Eberlein Drive shooting 49%. They've made 10 out of 24 three-pointers. Slow start. First quarter, got a little bit better the second quarter, but they have been on fire here after intermission.
Well, I thought the best analysis we've gotten today was from Jen Hale when she said if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to be proficient offensively.
Jen called me astute not too long ago.
I did hear that.
I don't know if you heard that one.
I did. It kind of went in one ear and out the other.
Maybe because you're not very astute.
Oh, I've been described as being slow on occasion, so you could probably be right.
18-point lead for Eberlein Drive. Winner of this game will play again tomorrow. You got to win 3 games here in this Wichita Regional to get to championship week in Dayton, end of July. All right, we've made it under the 4-minute mark. Get ready for the Elam ending. A lot of good vibes right now for Eberlein Drive.
Here we go. Get ready.
Frank, get it.
I got it.
Frank.
I don't got it. For the ultimate summer adventure.
I love it.
Disney's Jungle Cruise, rated PG-13.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. But sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh, where there's so much new, some say it can't fit in one ad. I say, we're talking a new All-American Club, deli-style oven-roasted turkey, and...
Oh, that's a new steak and cheese.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. That's the one with the new seasoning.
And that was the new MVP Parmesan vinaigrette.
Right, which makes the next level foot. Hold up, the Subway logo? Wait, I'm out of time.
We're gambling. We can't gamble. We got to play D. We got to play straight up. All right? We got to play straight up. You got to guard your man on offense. Y'all not giving me nothing. Everybody trying to go one-on-one. That ain't the move right now. Keep moving the ball. We drive and kick. We getting everything we want. Come on. Yo, we're not out of this game. Just keep playing basketball.
B.D. Taylor still believes that Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Puma Basketball. Fran, you obviously had many huddles like that when you were down big, tail end of the game. Is it hard?
Yes. This is equivalent right now to playing at the Y and being down like 18-9, and you're playing at 21.
All right, well, that's a good start.
Now it's 18-10 or something like that, but in reality, they are 24 points away from the target score, and we've seen it before, but obviously it's an uphill battle.
Last basket by Wally Hepburn. Now the target score is 86. First team to get their wins advances to tomorrow's second round, and that is a nice bucket. A.J. Slaughter. That stroke is pure.
He is heating up.
Harper. Torrey Harper hadn't played a whole bunch so far in this ball game. Loose ball run down by Slaughter. Game clock's off, still playing with that 30-second shot clock. Teague darts inside, high off the window.
Yes, sir. This is a cohesive second half for Eberlein Drive. We mentioned Jen Hale did, no turnovers. The execution offensively is excellent.
Now Eberlein Drive can win the ball game with a 3. This could be the final possession of the game. 3 for the win. How about a walk-off? Goodwin's got it on the wing, working on that screen. And went off the knee of Goodwin, so we play on.
Well, NG Saints gave us about 2.5 quarters of terrific basketball. The first high school alumni team to ever play in TBT. And they did a nice job for a while. I think they've run out of gas.
Scoop Jardine.
Could be the last basket he ever scores in organized competition.
We were there.
Yeah, unless he comes back next year, you never know.
And a reach-in foul on Teague. That's just the 4th team foul on the NG Saints. Substitution. Trevlin Queen comes back in. Queen's had a real good game. It's going to be fun watching him as this tournament rolls on.
Absolutely.
Remember, a 3 ends it. Target scores 86. Eberlein Drive's got 83.
Nice. Nice pass.
Raked away by Jackson. Jardine, Duran. Mayo! Oh! Nick Mayo gets behind the defense and rings the bell. It's 1 point from Glory for Eberlein Drive. Folks, if you didn't know much about Nick Mayo before this tournament, you may know a lot about him when it's all said and done. He's got a lot of game. Inside, outside, he can grab you a rebound. All right, Eberlein Drive. If that ball goes through the tin, it's over. Free throw, 2-pointer, 3-ball, it's over. Who wants it? Slaughter. Run down by Queen. Not able to save it to his own man. Here comes Jardine. What do you got, Scoop?
Scoop.
Still got it.
Yep.
The scoop shot. A little bit of window dressing right now for the NG Saints.
Yep. Still an uphill battle, but Scoop going out on a high note.
All right, a basket here wins the ball game for Eberlein Drive, the #1 seed, playing like it in the second half. Teague. And we've got a foul. Jeremy Evans is fouled. So, a free throw for the win. Jeremy Evans at the line. Seven-year NBA veteran. Ball game. Eberlein Drive playing like a top seed. They win going away. 86-68 is your final score. Let's take a look at today's Turning Point, brought to you by E&J Brandy and the National Urban League. It was a nice run to begin this Elam ending for Eberlein Drive.
Absolutely. They did some great stuff down the stretch, running some offense. A.J. Slaughter getting it done with the 3, and then strong move by Marcus Teague, the former Kentucky Wildcat.
E&J is proud to partner with the National Urban League to empower communities. So Eberlein Drive will have a short turnaround. They will play again tomorrow, but still some business here on a Saturday in Wichita. What has become a staple here at TBT is advancing your team in the big bracket.
Here it goes.
A.J. Slaughter pounds it on there.